There's a missing person around Flagstaff.
And a declined expansion to Walnut Canyon have supporters asking for congressional action. Good evening and welcome to NAZ Today. I'm community anchor Audrey Nagel.
And I'm student anchor Adrian Garola. Thanks for joining us. Coconino County Sheriff's detectives are trying to locate 15-year-old runaway Chase Reed. The boy was last seen getting off the bus at Mount Eldon Middle School in Flagstaff on February 4th at about 7 a.m. He was last seen wearing a white sweater jacket with skulls on it, blue jeans, and white sneakers. If you have any information, contact the Coconino County Sheriff's Office.
The lone survivor of the 2013 Yarnell Fire fighter, Brendan McDonough, now has a new job.
Working for the Wildland Firefighters Foundation, he will be fundraising and raising awareness about firefighters who deal with post-traumatic stress disorder.
McDonough was on lookout duty on June 30th when the other 19 firefighters of the Granite Mountain Hotshots were trapped by the Yarnell Hill Fire. McDonough says he is suffering from PTSD himself. The Hualapai Tribe is temporarily postponing its plan to run upriver rafting trips in the Grand Canyon. The tribe's reservation extends more than 100 miles along the Colorado River, but the National Park Service in charge of the river doesn't allow for much upriver travel. Grand Canyon National Park Superintendent Dave Ubaraga says the agency learned of the tribe's plan through a news release to take passengers about 3 miles upriver from Diamond Creek. The trips, established as a cultural experience, were to begin March 15th. Dave Cieslak, a spokesman for the Hualapai Tribe, says the tribe respects the Park Service's concerns and is postponing the launch of the tours. The tribe's whitewater rafting trips remain unaffected.
About 25 employees of the Quince restaurant in Cottonwood are crying foul.
They say their boss skipped town without getting out their paychecks.
As Nancy Harrison reports, community leaders are asking for your help to raise money for these workers and their families who are now struggling to pay their own bills.
The way he went about closing his business and leaving people behind is pretty disgusting.
Robert Hines and Gunnar Hess found out they were out of a job.
No money. We all have kids. It's not an easy time to find a job either.
He just didn't even show up. He just split, changed his phone number.
Robert and Gunnar worked for the Quince Grill and Cantina in Cottonwood. It's owned by this man, Chef Vladimir Costa. They say for weeks their paychecks started bouncing.
Kept reassuring that, yeah, we're gonna be fine. Everything's perfect. You know, I'll see you on Tuesday.
He never came in. Got a phone call from his girlfriend saying that he had left town.
Costa owned thousands of dollars to food and liquor distributors and reportedly hadn't paid the rent for the restaurant's location. Meantime, for the 25 employees, their bills are piling up.
Unpaid bills, my bank account's down to zero thanks to this. One of these checks actually did go through at first and then got pulled back out of my account 3 days later.
He owes me for 5 weeks.
The employees set up this Facebook page called Where's Vlad, hoping to get answers. And some business owners are trying to help the workers get their unpaid wages. Later this month, the Main Stage concert venue in Cottonwood will be hosting a benefit concert. And this locally owned 76 gas station and the Schoolhouse restaurant in Cottonwood are donating a percentage of their sales to the Quince employees.
You have about 3 people per family, so you're looking at 75 to 100 people really affected.
This loss of income is putting a lot of families in a bad spot and is leaving employees wondering what they can do.
As a manager, I'm just trying to help clean up a mess that I didn't make.
It was a successful restaurant. Just, you know, the owner either mismanaged his money or put his money somewhere else and then left everybody.
Reporting from Cottonwood, I'm Nancy Harrison.
We were unable to reach Vladimir Costa for comment on this story.
When we come back, find out how High blood pressure can affect your health in today's Health Minute.
I wanted you to take this.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
The public is invited to attend this year's Bald Eagle event. Hosted by the Arizona Game and Fish Department and Willow Bend Environmental Educational Center, the event will be held on Saturday, February 15th at the Willow Bend Environmental Educational Center at 703 East Sawmill Road in Flagstaff. Several family-friendly programs will be offered during this year's free event, including the opportunity to see live bald eagles up close and personal.
The largest fundraiser for Flagstaff Shelter Services is taking place this Saturday on the Northern Arizona University campus. The fundraiser includes a gourmet dinner and silent auction. Guests can buy tickets by calling 523-5661 or by visiting flagstaffshelter.org. Tickets are $79 per person. Many of us dread filing taxes and search for the easiest way to complete the paperwork. Well, NAZ Today's Kim Kraft sat down with Belle Brunson to find out what the easiest way to finish up your taxes.
Welcome back, Bill. Tax tech time.
Kimberly, thank you for having the IRS back on.
Well, I'm really thrilled to see that the IRS is kind of stepping into the modern age with the cell phone app. We got an app for you, right?
And it's free. And no matter what type of cell phone you have, you can upload this item at no charge. And what it will do is it will give you information on the latest news in taxation so that if there's a legislative change, that can be sent to you. IRS is involved with YouTube. So if you want, you can use this IRS To Go app and select a YouTube video and learn about taxes that way. If you want, you can find out about your refund within about 3 days after you electronically submit it. If you use the old-fashioned paper way, you can find out in about 3 weeks. If you need some sort of an account statement from the IRS, you can request it initially with this IRS To Go app. Now, we're not going to put that information through the airwaves to the mobile device.
Good thinking.
What we'll do is we'll put it in an envelope and mail it to you, but you can start the request if you need such an item. So your IRS To Go app is a way to get information from the Internal Revenue Service while you're on the go.
How much of a demand do you have for that?
Say again?
How much of a demand do you have for that?
I really don't know, but I do know that there are more and more smartphones being used every day, and that means that there's going to be more and more apps used, which then lends itself to more and more people uploading that IRS To Go app. It's free.
Well, we look forward to finding out about that next tax tip. Thanks, Bill.
Kimberly, thanks for having us.
A new study finds that monitoring a person's blood pressure should start decades earlier than most people think. NAZ Today's Monet Gunn has more in today's Health Minute.
Keeping track of your blood pressure is not just for old folks. Monitoring your levels as a young adult may help reduce the risk for heart disease later in life, according to a new study in the Journal of the American Medical Association. Researchers monitor blood pressure readings of more than 4,500 men and women aged 18 to 30 at the beginning of the study. For 25 years, scientists followed this group, keeping track of changes in their blood pressure. Those who had the highest levels at the beginning of the study, even though considered in the normal range, were more likely to develop high blood pressure in middle age, and they were 4 times more likely to get clogged arteries from plaque buildup, sometimes called hardening of the arteries. This condition can cause blood vessels to narrow, cutting off blood flow, which can lead to a heart attack. What does this mean for you? Experts say pay attention to your blood pressure early in life so that if your readings start to climb, you can make changes in lifestyle, diet, or get on medication if needed to reduce your risk as you age. For today's Health Minute, I'm Monet Gunn.
We've experienced some snow flurries today. We have Lee Bourne coming up to let us know what else we can expect.
I just got a house full of Suddenlink with an all-new home phone service that can actually do tricks, like send voicemail to email.
It's your mother, call me.
Automatically, and pop caller ID onto my TV, giving new meaning to call screening. Right. Plus, I got E911 to pinpoint our house and unlimited long distance to flatten our bill. Suddenly, the phone company seems cheesy because Suddenlink just reinvented home phone and made it look easy.
Live with a human for a while and you get to know a few things. Like, I know she does strange tricks for no treats. But the one thing I will never for the life of me know is how she gets so tiny and inside that box. Natalie, how do you get so tiny?
Tonight's NAZ Today weather is brought to you in part by Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac in Flagstaff.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
All right, what do you know? A little snowstorm on the way. It's pretty weak, but a little bit more moist than the last several during this week. We start the radar a few hours ago. Here we are in Arizona. Notice the moisture coming into California. This is the main storm system and some precipitation earlier today in western Arizona, moving in and then just becoming some very light snow and rain across northern Arizona. This is the main portion of the storm, still about 6 hours away. Very needed moisture for Southern California, the Central Sierra. They have a whole lot more coming. For us, the heaviest snow will come down overnight tonight and quickly end by the time we get into tomorrow morning. I want to zoom it in here to the local radar. Here is Flagstaff, the I-17 corridor, and radar not looking very impressive right now. All this blue area is light snow. Snow levels right now are rather high, probably right around 5,500 feet in elevation, maybe getting down to around 5,000 feet overnight tonight for us. I just stepped outside here of the KNAZ studio. Are we at KNAZ? No, we're at NAZ Today outside the studio. Not snowing right now here on campus. Current temperatures outside right now. It's 30 at the Grand Canyon. They're reporting light snow. Flagstaff Airport reporting some light snow and some fog. 32 in Williams right now, 41 in Prescott. No precipitation coming down right now. Same at Payson at 39 degrees currently. Okay, here's the National Weather Service forecast graphic. I took off their homepage, and it's a pretty good graphic here to really kind of show the snow totals for us overnight tonight. The white areas are up to an inch, okay, and so there's a lot of broad area of up to an inch down to 5,000 feet overnight tonight. Then we see the blue areas all along the Mogollon Rim. That's 1 to 3 inches, and then the purple, more pink areas, including us here in Flagstaff, that's 3 to 5 inches. That also is the forecast along the eastern Mogollon Rim, the White Mountains, and up towards the Kaibab Plateau and right along the south rim of the Grand Canyon. The bulk of this for us is going to come down during the overnight hours. Snow is going to pick up here as we make our way through the evening, particularly through the nighttime hours, and it's a pretty quick mover out of here tomorrow. I think by sunrise here in Flagstaff, it's a done deal, and then it kind of starts to die off from west to east pretty rapidly throughout the morning. I want to switch it out to the Pacific, kind of to show you how weak this storm system is, number one. I mean, it doesn't even look like a storm system moving in, but we haven't had many storms to talk about, so at least it's something moving into Arizona for us here. But beyond this storm system, really, it's Pacific high pressure that's going to build in. We're in for a rapid kind of warm-up getting into the weekend. Very mild weather through the weekend. There's a very weak storm system on Monday, maybe brings us a little wind. Then it's right back to some very warm temperatures through much of next week. This storm system, though, looking pretty impressive, and it is going to be very impressive for California, and they could really use it. It's been a very terribly dry winter, and this one's got the Sierras number all over it. This could be many feet of snow on top of snow up towards Tahoe, and that is just great news for California. But the storm system's going to completely miss us. As I mentioned, we're going right to high pressure. Okay, overnight tonight, low temperature, 22 degrees. We get into the morning. Snow, 2 to 4 inches for us, I think, in Flagstaff overnight. And then we have snow early morning hours, so I put it in there. But I think around sunrise, it starts to die down, maybe an inch. We'll call it tomorrow early morning. So that puts us kind of in that 3 to 5 inch window. 37 degrees, our high temperature will remain partly cloudy throughout the rest of the day. And here's a look at the temperatures statewide for our Friday to round out the work week. 54 in Sedona. You'll never see snow. It's going to be all rain showers down there. Prescott, maybe a little rain snow overnight tonight. 49 degrees for you tomorrow. Tuba City, 46, a little bit of snow overnight, and Winslow, 52 degrees. Okay. Here's a look at the extended forecast. We're kind of partly cloudy and maybe mostly cloudy occasionally beyond tomorrow with just high clouds. No big deal. But notice the temperatures really warming up in a hurry behind this storm system. Mid-40s Saturday, up in the 50s by Sunday, and that's going to continue right into next week and beyond, unfortunately. And for you down in Sedona, a little bit of rain showers continuing into tomorrow morning, and then temperatures up into the mid-60s there by late weekend and continuing into next week.
So I can start expecting some sun and not what I dealt with today.
Yes, that's
That's
one way
what
to
I
put
want.
it. Yeah, right on.
Most people don't.
Yeah. I know. Well, we really need the moisture, but I think a lot of people have been enjoying the mild winter, and
Yes.
more of it to come.
Awesome.
So is this any of this like recent snow going to affect any sports?
You know, it really shouldn't, because a lot of them is indoors. There's a lot of basketball, hockey, football. Tell you more about it coming up.
Hi, I'm Terry Markson. As seasons change, so does the inventory at Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac. We've got Northern Arizona's biggest selection of always changing certified pre-owned vehicles. All receive a thorough 172-point vehicle inspection, a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty, and 2 years of free maintenance, including all oil changes. You can count on our certified pre-owns just as you can count on our relaxed, no-pressure environment. Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac, real hometown value.
Look at me, hey.
Raymond, look at Mommy.
Maybe the light hurts his eyes.
Maybe she's just not hungry. Maybe he can't hear us. Maybe we're not stimulating him enough. Maybe it's a phase.
Avoiding eye contact is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
And we're out.
You got plans?
You bet. 50 million Americans struggle with hunger, but we can do something about it.
Excuse me, what's going on?
Dinner. Please join me in helping put food on their tables. Together, we can feed America.
You guys keep going. I'm gonna get the plates.
Plates?
Find your local food bank at feedingamerica.org/hunger.
basketball season is coming to a slow end, and the only way to go out with a big bang is to have a heated inter-city rivalry game. The Flagstaff Eagles host the Coconino Panthers tomorrow night for back-to-back games. The Lady Eagles will take on the Lady Panthers at 5:30, followed by the boys at 7. The last game the Flagstaff boys played, a home game, was this past Tuesday. Here's a quick look back at what you might be able to expect tomorrow night. Here we go into the second quarter with the alley-oop dunk by Trevor Johnson. Later in the second, great passing by Flagstaff leads to an easy bucket for Caleb Sandoval. And then into the third with Johnson taking this down court for the slam. Trevor Johnson, along with Coach James Kirk, later talk about what the team will be doing to prepare for their big game tomorrow night.
We're just going to stick to our game plan. Whatever coach draws up for us, we're going to try to execute, and then coach will have us ready, so I think we'll be ready.
You don't have to really get them pumped up for that game. They'll get pumped up themselves. You know, it's more keeping them under control because they get a little excited and amped up for that game. But, you know, we just have to keep working and get better. We can't think about the outcome. We just got to play each play.
So head over to Flagstaff High School tomorrow evening to watch some exciting high school hoops. The Flagstaff girls soccer team beat the Sunny Slope Vikings last night 2-0. This non-conference game was part of the 2014 Arizona Girls State Soccer Playoff Bracket for Division II. The Lady Eagles will continue on their playoff journey and will face Notre Dame Prep on the road Saturday in round 2 of the state playoffs. Over at NPA, the Spartans basketball team will be at Chino Valley High to take on conference rivals, the Chino Valley Cougars. The Lady Spartans have a record of 8-11, as the boys team has a record of 18-8. Tip-off for the girls is at 5:30, followed by the boys at 7. And it's a day that can almost be seen as a holiday to any athlete going to a college. National Signing Day was yesterday, and it was also here in Flagstaff. Over at the Little America Hotel, the NAU football coaching staff announced all new 28 recruits to the team. Head coach Jerome Sowers was feeling pretty confident for this upcoming season.
Our offensive staff had done a great job of identifying the talent that you're going to see with regards to athletic ability, change of direction, flat-out speed that's going to electrify our offense. And so we picked up receivers, running backs, some wonderful offensive linemen for the future that I think are just have the right size, athletic ability to reestablish ourselves offensively in a way that will reflect a championship team.
These new players can be seen for their debut game here at NAU at the spring football game in April. And high schoolers aren't the only ones on the court this week. The NAU women's basketball team will be in the Skydome tonight to face Sacramento State at 6:30. The Lady Jacks are 6-13 overall and 3-7 in conference, as Coach Sue Darling says that, quote, "We basically need to win 7 of the last 10 games." The NAU men's basketball team plays tonight at Sacramento State at 6:30 as well, and will be home on Saturday to face Southern Utah at 6:30 in the Skydome. And the NAU Division II hockey team is putting on their skates tonight for their home matchup against Utah State at 9 o'clock. The Ice Jacks have a record of 19-17 as their season comes to a close. The Division III Ice Jacks will take on Metro State on Friday and Saturday at 8:30 at Jay Lively. So head over to the ice rink if you're not busy and go support your Ice Jacks.
For sure. I'm going to be over there at the rink picking my 14-year-old up from hockey right at 8:45, so I might stick around for that one.
Yeah, you should. It'll be a really good game. So.
All right, and we've got more coming up after the break.
For over 20 years and with more than 65,000 success stories, Coconino Community College is vital to your future.
My name is Josie Escoto. Unlike most college students, I enrolled in CCC's Allied Health Program at the age of 45. And today, I work in the healthcare industry. When I become a registered nurse, I'll be giving back by helping those in need. And that's why I support Coconino Community College.
With your support, Coconino Community College will remain efficient, effective, and excellent.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
All right, welcome back. A little bit of snow tonight. Woohoo! A few inches by morning. It'll end pretty quickly out there tomorrow. Then temperatures warming up. And expect another pretty long extended period of dry weather around here beyond this storm system. And for you down in Sedona, looking pretty good after a little rain. Temperatures warming up back into the mid-60s by late weekend.
And frigid temperatures and snow may have the rest of the country hunkering down, but for competitors in a 1,000-mile dog sled race in Alaska, it's perfect. The Yukon Quest race has been going on since 1984 with a course that runs along the Yukon River. Competitors are called mushers, and their goal is to lead their team of dogs on the 1,000-mile trek over 10 to 14 days.
See, dog sledding down there, actually up there, makes sense. Yes, I mean, they had a dog sled race here in Flagstaff a month ago with like nothing. I think they had wheels on the sleds.
Oh gosh. Oh,
but some winters it's better than others, I guess.
Yeah, it's been a dry season, that's for sure.
Well, thank you so much, everyone at home, for joining us tonight. We'll see you next week.
Live with a human for a while, and you get to know a few things. Like, I know she's actually not a morning person. I know she does strange tricks for no treats. I know that water makes her howl like crazy. I even know how the floor stays so clean. She's quick. But the one thing I will never for the life of me know is how she gets so tiny and inside that box. Natalie, how do you get so tiny?
Tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come, and tell the trees not to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun. Wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun.